this foundation is a mess on my face. This might be the worst foundation that I've ever tried.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Gregorio Girls makeup channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devin and I run this beauty channel with my sister Shauna. And if you're not new, as always, welcome back. We love you. So today's video is going to be a review of the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation and also the concealer. Okay, so I'm gonna go over a few things. I want to go over a few things with you guys about this, so without further ado, let's cut through the intro and just get right into the video. So one of the buckets of content that I have planned for this channel in 2020 is I really want to get into the nitty-gritty of as many like drugstore foundation and complexion products as possible this year to kind of figure out what are the best foundations that are worth your money at the drugstore and what really aren't, what are really terrible. I kind of want to do that investigative process this year. So whether they're new foundations that are coming out or they're old favorites or just foundations that I've never tried. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. More specifically, I picked up this foundation because I was perusing like the new section at Ulta and I saw this in there. So I thought it was really new. Apparently it's not. Apparently it came out back in like end of summer, early fall, I think. So it's been out for a couple months. I don't know if Ulta just got this or what, but that's how I found it. And I got so excited because I love a good glowy, dewy, hydrating foundation. I do tend to go for a dewier foundation as opposed to a matte foundation because I do like to use a lot of powder as well, and I just kind of like to balance everything out that way. So I got really excited when I saw this. I know a lot of people were really excited about the original foundation as well. This one right here, the Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. But I got really excited about this. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this guy. We're gonna talk a lot about it. So before we get into all of that and before you guys kind of start to see what my opinion is on this, I do want to go over some of the claims, the shades that I got, all of that kind of thing. So let's get into that really quick. So on the Makeup Revolution website, here's the description. It says, "You asked, we listened. Thirsty for a sheer texture and a more hydrating foundation formula? Conceal and Hydrate foundation has a 50 shade range infused with hyaluronic acid to hydrate the complexion, provide a plumping effect, and create a smoother satin glow finish to the skin. Conceal and Hydrate foundation has been specially formulated to suit every skin type and tone, but is particularly beneficial for dry skin. With hyaluronic acid, it offers all day long radiance and glow without settling into fine lines or clinging to dry patches." Disagree. Housed in a luxe glass bottle with a new pump applicator for added control, this foundation offers medium to full coverage. Okay, so here's the component. One thing that I will say is that I do like, despite the fact that this is a very affordable foundation, it retails for $12. It is a nice like heavy luxe glass bottle. I like the feel of it, and you clearly get a decent amount of product in here. It's 0.7 fluid ounces, so a little bit less than a fluid ounce, but it's a nice big bottle. It's nice and heavy, and then it does have a pump, which is good because I know like this guy right here has the doe foot applicator, which I actually don't mind. I kind of like this, but I know a lot of people didn't like that for a foundation. I have this in the shade F7. I was going back and forth between F6 and F7. I think this was a little bit dark for me. I think F6 will work out a little bit better for me, but nonetheless, the color was fine for the purposes of what I was using it for. And then in the concealer, I got the shade C6. And actually, let's go over the claims for the concealer really quickly. This retails for $10. And it says, "This concealer is suitable for everyone looking for a lightweight finish with a boost of moisture. Offering all-day hydration thanks to an infusion of hyaluronic acid, it covers blemishes, evens skin tone, and counteracts dark circles while drenching skin with moisture. Designed for drier skin, the sheer satin finish won't settle into fine lines, and the doe foot applicator allows for a smooth, delicate application." So that's kind of just the general background info on these two products coming right from the company website. So that's kind of what they claim to do. So my strategy with trying out a new foundation, at least what I want it to be as I'm filming more of these types of videos, I want to wear a foundation a few times before I even get on camera and start using it and talking about it, just because I want to get more of a feel for a foundation before I start speaking about it on camera. So that was the strategy that I was using going into this video. I didn't really have any context to like expect to love this foundation besides the fact that I just really wanted to love it, so I was kind of expecting to love it. And as the day went on, it just got worse and worse, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I didn't really film like a true full wear test with like check-in in the morning, check-in in the middle of the day, and check-in at the end of the day. But I did get in my car and check in with you guys at the end of the day just to give some of my initial reactions and my first impressions and my thoughts with that. And I decided to just kind of insert that clip towards the end of this video. So the way this is gonna go is next I'm gonna go ahead and apply the foundation just the way that I did when I was getting ready for work, just kind of my normal routine with some of my go-to products. Show you how I applied the makeup that's on my face right now. Then we talk about it a little bit, and then I'm gonna insert the clip with my initial reaction, my first impressions, and all of my thoughts with that. And then that will kind of close out the video. So that's the order this is gonna go in. It's a little bit different than a typical wear test, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of how this is gonna work. And so I think with that, we can move on into the application portion of this video. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and try on the foundation for you. Hello. All right, let's get started. So what I'm gonna do is I am just going to do every single step in my routine that I normally do, every single step in my routine that I did the other day, the first day that I was wearing this foundation throughout a full work day. And I'm just gonna show you guys, like, I really didn't do anything crazy the first time I tried out this foundation, and I really was just not a huge fan the first time, but I still want to go through and show you guys like how it applies and kind of talk to you a little bit after the fact, I guess. So I'm going to start by priming with my NYX. All of the like black lettering has worn off of this, but this is the NYX Bear With Me Jelly Primer. So I've been using this primer pretty consistently since I first filmed the review on the NYX Bear With Me collection when that first launched last like spring, summer, and I've been liking this primer. It's hydrating, it's definitely sticky, and not sticky, that's not a good word for it, but it's definitely like grippy, and I have found it to work with most of my foundations. So this is a primer that I know that I like. This is a primer that I have been using when I've been trying out new foundations to see how they work together. My point in telling you all of that is just that like this really is a tried and true product that I have used. So now we're gonna go in with the foundation. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I guess I'll just go like a pump at a time. I used several the first time I used this, but there's one pump. So let's start there. So this F7 is a pretty good match for me. I think it's a little bit dark. I probably could have done F6, but we'll make it work. And I'm gonna take my Eco Tools blending sponge, which is my favorite, and I'm just gonna kind of dot that on my face and then blend it out. All right, so there is the coverage. You can see it's pretty decent coverage, and one pump was able to cover my chin and kind of like this whole section of my face right here. That's pretty typical for me. I typically use a pump here, and a pump here. I'm not somebody that tries to use the least amount of foundation as possible. I mean, I try not to like cake it on, but I definitely like to use at least 2 pumps of foundation, if not 3, usually more like 3. So coverage is not bad, but it just all kind of goes south from here. So anyway, I am going to take a second pump of this foundation and do the other side of my face, and then we'll see if we need a third after that. Okay, so 2 pumps of that foundation did just about cover my entire face. I've zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see the coverage of it a little better with those 2 pumps. I think I am gonna go in with at least another half a pump to kind of build up the coverage. But even now, I can just tell, let me actually zoom you guys in just a little bit further so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so even after it just being applied like literally 60 seconds ago, I can already see like it looks very makeup-y on my face. Like there's some patches down here where it's kind of clinging to. Like it's kind of making me look like I have dry patches that I really don't even usually have. I feel like if I kind of try to like blend out over certain areas, like right here, I feel like it's like bunching up a little bit here, and I feel like as I'm trying to blend it out, I'm like picking up the product. Like I'm kind of just pushing it around instead of smoothing out the coverage. Like look, do you see that? And look, like my face was freshly, I forgot to mention this, my face was freshly washed, exfoliated, and moisturized, and eye cream and everything with my normal skincare right before this video. So I just, as soon as I put it on, I'm just like, ugh. All right, so I'm gonna take like a half a pump just to build up that's maybe even a little bit less than a half a pump. I'm gonna take my finger and I'm just gonna dot it in the places where I usually like to build up a little bit more coverage, which is typically my chin. And lately I've been liking to take my finger around my nose because it's hard to get in there with the rounded edge of a sponge. And then even though I do put concealer in these places, I do kind of like to build it up with foundation as well. So I'm just gonna add some coverage where I feel like I need it. But again, I feel like because of the way the foundation is sitting on my skin already, I feel like it's a dangerous game when you start to try to layer it up like this, because if it's caking up already on its own, it's probably going to continue to cake up as I add layers. But I just feel like this emphasizes texture left and right, and even creates like some texture that's just, I feel like not even normally there. All right, so like I said, here we are with just about 2.5 pumps, maybe a little bit less than 2.5 pumps of foundation on my face. I'd say this is typically the coverage that I would try to work up towards. So we are gonna move on to the concealer. Oh my God, this looks so awful, you guys. Like, it looks so bad on my skin. I can't, okay, all right, let's just keep going. So I'm gonna apply that concealer underneath my eyes like I normally would. Yeah, again, I feel like, oh, look at that. It dried so quickly. I'm like having a hard time blending out that. Oh my gosh. I hate this foundation. I hate this foundation so much. Oh my goodness. Can you guys tell? I'm just pushing it around on my face. It's not like, it's not blending in. It's not, look at my nose. Like, I'm just like wiping everything around, or like wiping it off completely. I'm gonna zoom you in again and show you what my features look like up close, because this is, oh, I hate it, I don't like it. Ugh. Okay, look at my chin. Do you see this? Like, I don't get these types of, it looks like a dry patch, but it's not. It's literally the product like bunching up in these different areas. Oh, I gotta shave my mustache, ignore that. And then like, look at my nose. Like, what's happening here? Yeah, this foundation and my skin just, they do not like each other. We do not like each other. Ugh. Okay, I'm just gonna do the next few steps in my complexion routine. I'll like set my makeup down and everything like that, and then we'll talk. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place loose setting powder. I've been really liking this since I've been trying it. This is in the shade White Sands. And I'm gonna set my under eyes with a light bake. All right, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that powder to just set the rest of my face. I'm just gonna dust off that powder from under the eyes. Get a little bit more of that on my nose, see if we can make it a little bit more even. And then next I'm gonna do a little bit of like a bronzer deal today with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And this is, I thought this was the regular one. It's not, it's the deep bronzer. So it's a little bit darker than the original, but I can still use it when I'm fair and it's not too dark on me. All right, and then I'm just gonna take that same bronzer on a fluffier brush this time, and I'm gonna use that to just kind of warm up the rest of the face. Next, I'm gonna apply some highlight. This is my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Precious Petals. I'm applying it with my Morphe M510. Nothing new here, folks. These are all go-to products. Next up, I'm gonna apply some blush. This is from the ColourPop Peach Collection. This is the shade Frisky Business. It's just a nice peachy, corally, kind of orangey blush, but like in a good way. I don't normally like orange blushes, but this one's pretty. And lastly, I'm gonna put my brows on. This is the ColourPop Brow Boss Pencil. This is in the shade Dark Brown. This is a semi-recent discovery for me, and I have to tell you, this brow pencil is my new standard for like holy grail brow pencil. I really love the formula on this. It's not too waxy, but it's not too dry. It's like that just right kind of Goldilocks feel for me. I really, really love this, and the shade is perfect for me because it's not too red. It's not too dark, it's not too black, it's just really good. All right, you guys, so my brows are on. I am not gonna go any further in my makeup routine than this. So I'm gonna stop here and talk to you guys a little bit. And actually, what I think I'm gonna do is zoom you in one more time actually before we talk, just to show you kind of what this all looks like up close. So stand by, and here we are up close. Honestly, so my number one description for this foundation on my face is just, it looks makeup-y. It does not look like skin. It completely looks like I just slapped a whole bunch of makeup on my face. Guys, look at my nose here. Look at how it's separating, and I couldn't really even blend it out on my nose. Look at how textured my skin looks. Look at how big my pores look. Oh gosh, I just don't like it. Just from the moment it applies, I just do not like this foundation. Okay, so now that I've applied this for a second time, I have my base done the way that I would normally do it, and I've kind of given you guys like my second impressions of this foundation. I do want to go ahead and insert the clip now of my reaction after wearing this makeup for a full work day. So I am gonna go ahead and insert that clip right now. So let's roll it back. Let's roll the clips.
Hi guys. Okay, so we gotta talk. Wow, I'm like so flustered about this. I've been thinking about this all day and I haven't been able to get it out of my head, and I just like need to film this now. So I have been trying out a new foundation today. I bought this foundation and the concealer and I wanted to wear it today. I wanted to wear it a couple times before I filmed a video and a wear test on it, just to kind of form an opinion. Sometimes I think first impressions can be misleading. However, today is my first day wearing this foundation and concealer, and I haven't even filmed like my studio portion of this video yet, but I have to sit here and talk to you guys about this because this foundation is a mess on my face. Like, I cannot even remember the last time that I thought a foundation was this bad. I'm gonna try to zoom you in so that you can see. So I did my makeup. It is 4:30 in the afternoon right now. I probably set this down at about 7 o'clock this morning. Guys, you can see every single pore, every single pimple, every single bump, every single like, see, I'm very expressive. If you couldn't tell by the way that I talk, I move my face like this a lot when I talk. And I look like I have wrinkles on my forehead, but it's just the foundation bunching up. There's like a dry patch under here that it's sticking to that I didn't even know existed. Like, there's just so many things that this foundation is doing on my face that never happens. And the other thing too, I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but it looks like I have little pills all over my face. I honestly don't even think it looks as bad on camera as it does in person. Like, if I look at it in my car mirror right now in this natural lighting, this is terrible. Like, I would rather have no makeup on my face right now than have this makeup on my face because I feel like I just look so ridiculous. It looks so awful. It looks grainy, it looks makeup-y, it looks heavy, it's like separating in some places and clinging in other places. It is just, it's so bad. I just wanted to sit here and give you guys kind of my first reaction to it after the first day wearing it all day, because I'm so disappointed. When I put it on this morning, I was having a hard time building it up. I was having a hard time blending it out. And when I put the concealer on over top of the foundation, I felt like the concealer was kind of picking up the foundation and things were getting splotchy, but it has just gotten worse throughout the day. Like I'm so sad. I'm so disappointed. Like this might be the worst foundation that I've ever tried. In terms of the way that I feel bad saying that. For me, for the way that it works on me and the way that it's looking and the way that it has worn on my face, this might be definitely one of the worst, if not the worst foundation I've ever tried. Just every time I've gone to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, I've just been like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't even want my coworkers to talk to me. Like, this is like, I have the makeup on my face right now where like, I don't even want people to look at my face. Like, I don't want to look people in the eye and talk to them because I feel like my makeup looks so awful. Guys, I do not like this foundation. Like, I don't even want to put it on my face again and wear it for an entire day again. I'm so disappointed.
Okay, yeah. So those are my first thoughts. I just rewatched them back. Obviously, I need to insert them into the video, but all of those feelings really still stand. I mean, one of the biggest tricks with makeup and especially like complexion products in general is to really keep people guessing whether you're wearing a lot of foundation or not. And this just right off the bat, it's like, oh, she's wearing makeup. Like, it's not like, oh, your makeup looks really good, or oh, she looks so pretty. It's like, oh girl, you got a lot of foundation. That's a heavy foundation on your face right now. Like, that's just what it looks like, and it does not get better throughout the day. Like, you know how sometimes you apply a foundation, you powder it, it might look a little bit cakey, a little bit heavy to start, but then as your natural oils kind of pull through, it gets a little bit better. Everything kind of melts together. This is not that. Just no, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I know that I've said that a lot and I've been harping on this a lot throughout this video, so I do want to wrap it up. In conclusion, I am not friends with either of these products, I don't think. Definitely not the foundation. I'd be curious to try the concealer with a foundation that I do like and see how it wears. I don't know. I might still continue to give this a shot. This I do not see myself using anytime soon in the near future. No, sorry, no. So that is going to be it for this video. Disappointing, but nonetheless, that's why we test things out. That's why we do these wear tests. And the other thing is that just because something doesn't work for me doesn't mean that it won't necessarily work for you. Definitely give this a try out if you're still interested. Definitely let me know if you tried this foundation. What did you think? How did you use it? What other products did you use it with? Etc, etc. But yeah, it's a big thumbs down for me. Don't like it. Before you leave, if you have not already subscribed to the Gregorio Girls Makeup YouTube channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified of future uploads. You can also follow me on Instagram. I am at DevDevGregs and my sister Shauna is at Shauna Greggs. As always, thank you so much for coming to our channel today and making it through this video with me. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Mwah. Love you. Bye.